he is.
There I am. Son of a
Love you.
bitch. Love you too. How's everything?
Oh, wonderful, Joe. You hit me at sunrise, and I've got this impossible ability to, I've got this inability to wait. I don't like putting anything on my fucking plate. And so when you say, can we? And I go, oh, right. Breakfast with Weldon.
Yeah.
Uh, so I appreciate you reaching out and uh, respect given and also respect given back to you. And that we can both use this for all kind of cool, less than nefarious purposes. So let's dive in, my friend.
Okay. So since you're recording this, I to get everything up to speed while we're recording this, not only am I giving my blessing for the call, I am the one who requested it and to be recorded, and part of a homework assignment for a career strategist I'm working with. She requested the top 7 professionals I know in my life to request to speak to them and record it on Zoom, a brief 10 to 15-minute session where I ask you 10 questions about me, and we see where that goes. I record it so I can transcribe it and send it to her without her seeing the Zoom call at all as it went.
Yeah,
And
nice.
and and that's it. And she wants me to have these sessions with 7 top professionals that I know, and of course you're one of them. Uh,
Thanks, Joe.
you're in the top 3, okay? I don't want to fill your head up with the air, but I'll give you're in the top 3, of course.
So how did you get through to the president? There's my other question. If there's 2 above me, I imagine one's got to be the president. And I'll send you the transcripts because I got a transcript machine, so I can transcript the shit out of this. It'll be
Oh, holy shit!
nine.
What Otter?
Yeah. It'll be 90% accurate, and then you can clean it the fuck up.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So I'll get you that and the recording within half an hour.
You are the frigging best. No wonder you're in the top 3. You're right. You should be second from the top.
So now I'm
Well,
next to the no. So now I'm next to the president. Nice,
if only
cool.
Trump would pick up the phone when I call him. But what are you gonna do?
I got it, pal.
Okay,
Ah,
let me go over here. So there are ten questions,
yeah,
and again, every question I'm going to ask you is about me or how you see me.
beauty.
Okay. All right. Here we go. First question: what are my strengths?
You're like a pit bull on a pork chop.
Okay,
Uh, you are.
I
That's
accept
a,
that. Yeah.
and you know a strength is also a weakness. And I
Mm,
suspect you often notice that too. So if you're like a pit bull on a pork chop and you also realize that can get you into trouble, that gives you flexibility. And if there's anything we need more in the world, it's flexibility. As long as I have known you, you've been obsessed about one thing. And do you know what that is?
women, money, movies. I mean, those are my top 3 if you're asking.
Yeah. But your big thing? Movies, movies, movies.
Yeah.
And the other 2 just follow the flow. So
Right.
you're the movie man. And
Okay.
you're like a pit bull and a pork chop when it comes to movies. The others, I get they're part of your life and they're important. Why not? You're a guy and you live in this culture. But movies, that's your pork chop, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always has been.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Second question: what are my weaknesses?
You're like a pit bull on a pork chop.
Mhm. Okay.
And me too, by the way, because Uh, I'm going to give you a story, and you can do with it. Your person, and you can do
Hmm.
whatever you want to with this. When I dream of firearms, those are dreams about competency because I'm very
Hmm.
competent with one. And it was also my biggest weakness. I lived in Fayette County, the heroin capital of Pennsylvania, and I often
Hmm.
left the house not with one but two. And I was very competent with concealing them, revealing them, and using them if needed. My biggest weakness was having to carry a firearm. I had to. You wonder what blew my hip out? 20 years of that. And yeah, the slip and fall in the end was just aggravating the condition for 20 years of carrying not one but two. So my biggest weakness was uh, I was really good at concealing, revealing, and producing if needed to be. And so all of, you particularly, uh, you can get so wrapped up in it that you can't move. And it took me moving around the world to go, I don't need them anymore. And it took me going, I don't need them anymore to move around the world. So when it comes to a personal weakness, you in specific and me, we really get to notice, is my strength holding me back today? Uh, and I go into 2020 mode. Sorry. But there we go. How's that?
Right. Wow.
And by the way, I just demonstrated my biggest weakness. I want to keep coaching. I want to keep going. I want to lead this into something that we can play in. There's my weakness and my strength.
Right. The flip side.
Yes, sir.
Um, okay. Third question. What are my values?
I'm married to the most honest woman in the world. Uh, and I've known a lot of women. Not necessarily screwed a lot of women, but I've known a lot. My
Mhm.
mom's up there too. Uh, you're honest, Joe. You're one of the most honest people I know. And if we go back to strengths and weaknesses, that also makes it another weakness. So so I get you value honesty and integrity, and again, that will take you far, and it will also get in your way. And so, as someone who's honest and integrous, uh, the temptation is to make it on about your past. The invitation is to let it be about your today. I being honest and integrous about, here's my desire to make a movie. What can I do as part of that desire alive on the planet today? Uh, we really just get to be honest with ourselves and integrous with ourselves when it's so tempting to buy the lie. See, I'm falling for my biggest weakness, Joe. Right there. Listen to me go. I'm making a podcast. Ah,
Very
and it's
cool,
my
though.
big and it's my biggest strength, as you know. I'm
Yes.
loving these questions, and always feel free to steer me if you need to.
Well, I'm not technically not supposed to steer you. I'm technically not supposed to comment. I'm just supposed to ask you the questions. You say what you're going to say. I'm not.
Oh,
And
sweet.
if I have not said it already, I don't want to steer you your answers. I want you to say whatever the f you want to say to me.
And,
Uh,
as you demonstrate your values right now, so
yeah.
you're revealing your honesty and integrity right now.
Yes.
Well done, Weldon.
Well, thank you. Okay. Fourth question. Um, and we have never collaborated on anything, but the fourth question is, what do I bring to the table professionally?
I remember the first little short you shot, and there were two things that stand out. Number one, the blood. You saying, "No, it's got to be this way," and you light up like a cupcake on a Christmas tree when you do that. The other thing that you weren't satisfied with was the thing that you weren't satisfied with, if I remember, was the muzzle flash of the gun.
Yes.
That's what you bring to the table. If you're going to produce something, this goes back to your values and your pit bull on a pork chop. They're all interwoven. Yet we got to pull them apart so we can find out what's going on in there. That's not good enough. Uh, this what happens on the dark side is you get to go, I'm not good enough, which is bullshit. You're always good enough. You just get to do something with what you currently are. But your willingness to go, I'm not settling for that. Blood goes this way, and you make a spatter. Uh, yeah, and you regretted the gun. You'll never make that mistake again.
Right.
Right. There he is. That's what you bring to the table.
Yeah. I guess my insistence on especially when it comes to movies, getting it right.
Uh-huh. The biggest blessing, biggest curse, isn't it?
Oh, not if you got the right people who are going to say, okay, if you want it that way, done. Then
Yeah.
it's not a curse. All right, moving on. All right, fifth question.
Yes.
The fifth question is, if I was to teach or speak about something, what would you want the topic to be?
Movies. What I'd really like it to be is your movies and your experience of making them. So, of course, we're moving a bit into the realized and idealized Joe Weldon. Uh, that's what I look for on your timeline every day. I love the shit you share, by the way. Sometimes I like, sometimes I don't. Uh, I'm, but I want to see uh, the behind the scenes. I want to hear the behind the scenes. Uh, I get that you're going to have 10,000 stories to share, and that's what you get to teach your stories of how you changed the world with your movies by changing you in not just your movies, but changing you in your moments. And there I fucking go. My biggest weakness, my biggest strength. And this is the speed that we all get sucked in at, how we give to the world, and also how we can get stuck. Keep me going, Joe. This is good.
Okay. If what's it, one, two, three, four, five, sixth question. If I was to utilize all my skills and strengths, where would you see me in 5 years?
In my garden, bringing me a box of smokes just for fun. I know that's a cheap shit question or answer, but it's true.
Well, it's part of
Uh,
it was me returning to Australia. Yeah, Australia, as the guys
yeah,
over there say.
yeah. Where do I see you? What would repeat the question, please?
Okay, if I was to utilize all my skills and strengths, where would you see me in 5 years?
So I don't hear that question. What I hear is once you have. So when I process that as once Joe has, I would hope you remember me, and I'm sure you will.
Of course.
This goes back to you and the kind of person you are. Uh, you just don't want to assemble a team. You mentioned your team members in the last question. Uh, they're people to you, Joe, and
Mhm.
and this when the level of the ocean rises, so does the level of all the waves. So
Mhm.
once you have uh, all these people that work with you, that work for you, that are your associates, your partners in crime, uh, I see you as very fulfilled, knowing what you giving to you has given to them. As we both have discussed before, fuck the awards, right? The legend of,
Yeah.
or the Shawshank Redemption didn't get shit, and it was one of the best movies ever made. And it's like,
Yeah.
I know it was one of the best. I suspect you know it was one of the best,
Yes.
and it got nothing. But I'm telling you what, I love uh, Tim and Morgan and Steven and what they put into that movie, the soul. And this is it. Whenever your heart, mind, and soul, your spirit get into what's something that you do, uh, it's going to get into all your people too.
I believe that also. Thank
I
you.
know you do. I know you do. And it's the biggest blessing and curse. Because
I,
the curse of it
I
is,
accept it.
will I ever climb the mountain? And the blessing is one step at a time.
I guess, am I ever going to climb the mountain? Will could eventually turn to, am I ever going to choose to climb back down?
And guide other people up. Nice.
Okay. Let's see. This is sounds like a two-part question. Question number 7, but here's how it goes. What am I missing to achieve that vision? Or what do I need to get rid of to reach that vision?
And you just walked me into my biggest weakness, vision.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
Mm,
internal auditory always gets in the way of you hearing the sacred song. The sacred song is what you sing along to. Your sacred song, the part that you sing in the symphony, is making these movies. And if you have too much inner dialogue going on, you can't hear it. And if you can't hear it, you can't dance to it. But in practical terms, you need to hear the sacred song from where you are in the woods so you can join in and dance the dance of director Joe Weldon. And internal dialogue will always distract you from the song and dance. So what we get to do is have it shut the fuck up. Uh, give it a giggle. Thank it for showing up. It's only there to protect you. Uh,
mhm.
brush your teeth, Joe. Look both ways. That's the internal bit. And you're here to sing your song in the symphony so that everyone that's invited to the dance of your uh, creations can do that. So you get to literally like Bruce, when internal dialogue shows up that's disturbing, you hearing the sacred song, the symphony that you get to join into, you shake it off like Bruce does after I give him a shower. Literally, shake it off. Don't fight against the water. Shake it the fuck off.
Nice. Okay. Last 3 questions.
Yummy.
They go like this. Will you support me?
How could I not? I am right now, and I can't
Yep.
help it. This is the thing with so support either comes from I see your vision, Joe, and I can't help but join into it. Or it comes from, oh God, yeah, he's convinced me. He's trying to convince me. I'll try to shut him up. It's that auditory thing again. I know you. I know your vision. I'm there for you. Uh, you ask, 10 minutes later, we're on this call. Uh, will I support you? Yes. And we only can support each other with speed. The second thing is, like I said, yeah, you, uh, I could argue against doing this call for 4 days. Oh, Joe's got a thing. He's in a thing. I've got my things. Blah, 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 blah. The internal arguments, super slow. The speed of sound. Uh, Vision, I'm there, Joe. I'm on fire. I'm going to unleash stored sunlight with this little chat. You'll do with it what you do. I'll do with it what I do. And we're going to bless people. You're going to be blessed, and I'm blessed because we're both blessed right now. Can't help it.
Nice. You
I
may
love
have
that.
already answered the. Go ahead.
I love that you ask support, not help. I fucking hate
Right.
people. I'm sorry. I hate helping people. 20, I need help. Oh, fuck me. Right? You're not helpless. But we all are supported by the invisible God acts through existing beings and men. I love the craft of this question. I'm stealing it because support is like the invisible that lifts the eagle higher and higher. The thermals. I don't know if you saw yesterday's show or not. It was gorgeous because Victoria shared about her. Oh yeah, you were there. You were there. That's right. You were there. You were there. Yeah, I remember your comment. Yeah. Comments. So support versus help. One word, but a massive distinction between the two. So thanks for whoever made up that question. Pass on my thumbs up.
So here's now question number 8 was, will you support me? Question number 9, why?
Yeah, you're right. Asked and answered.
Yeah, it is like you already went ahead and answered that. So
The other thing is whether or not you and I ever agree or disagree. Because Victoria is the most honest woman I know, and you're one of the most honest men.
mhm.
I know where I stand with you.
Yes.
Yeah, that means the world to me. Because if I'm driving a car, I better know where my car is. you know, while I'm driving it and when I park it. Yeah, I not only believe in you, I appreciate you. And appreciation being one of those words that means value and increase in value. Of course, fuck it. If this tiny little call invites anyone to more speed in life, this was well worth my time and yours.
Nice. The last question. Is there anything else you want to add or say to me at this time?
I got complimented by 2 or 3 women yesterday.
Hmm.
I like that. And these are all people I know who know me, who see me on a semi-regular basis. And all I'm doing, Joe, is eating fat and flesh cooked by fire. I show up at the center. I do my gym 3 times a week. I do the other shit every day. So I'm there about 90 minutes, 2 hours a day, depending. I don't rush in. I don't rush out. I don't work at anything. I just show up and do. And the typical meal is 3 kinds of meat because I think one kind of meat would get boring, and I'm a 3 kind of meat kind of guy. So I think it's important for us to have a routine that it's just a little bite every day out of the buffalo. The bite buffalo is symbolic of the wisdom. Wisdom is woven. Uh, I just dropped some money on another course. I'm really good at doing this. And I've already stolen enough wisdom out of the first 15 minutes in. I've got my money's worth. A couple $100, no biggie. And I think that's the biggie because I enjoy compliments. My brain chemistry seems to indicate that I can't hold on to them. But I enjoy them when they show up. I enjoy them tremendously when they show up, but I can't hold on to them. And so I've built a world where I take these little daily actions. I go to the gym and swim. I eat my flesh and fat cooked on fire. You'll notice I designed these things: gym and swim rhymes, flesh, fat, fire, alliteration. This shit gets stuck in my craw, and I've got to do it because I find it fascinating and fun. So my suggestion to you, if I remember the question anyway at all near accurately, is find some ways to get uh, this productive play as a habit. I don't eat the flesh, fat, and fire to get compliments from chicks or guys. I get compliments from yeah, young, old, male, female. But yesterday it's three chicks that come to mind, and I don't do it for that. I do it because I enjoy the flesh, fat, and fire, and I enjoy being funny and silly and weird, as you know. Who
Yes.
else would change their name to a number, right? And so I suspect in anything, can we do any tiny little bit? And here's the bit from Tim Ferriss, uh, and share it with the world. Tim said when you achieve time, location, freedom, when you divorce time from dollars, he said something like this. This is my version of it. You need
Mhm.
something else to show up that includes socialization and accomplishment. And so, if there's anything you can accomplish in any day, I don't care if it's writing four sentences, and find a way to share it so that people can compliment you. So, I eat my flesh, fat, and fire. It's a little tiny accomplishment every day. It never feels like work, it's always fun. And I get complimented about it because I bought some nice clothes. My old clothes were baggy and saggy and stained. I bought some nice clothes. I get compliments. It's fun. And so I
Mhm.
think that would be my suggestion. The tiny bite out of the buffalo every day, and let some of it dribble on your chin so other people can compliment you and say, "Oh, I see you've been eating buffalo, Joe. Cool." Uh, find the little accomplishments that you can celebrate and share so other people can go, "That attaboy, that's my fucking guy."
I went all the way to Alaska and I heard so much about them making moose burgers. Everyone told me, yeah, you can get moose burgers up here, but I couldn't find a place.
Yes.
And I was disappointed by that. But of course, Alaska is you can fit California inside Alaska. That's how big it is. I just didn't find the place to get me a moose burger. But next time.
I'll find you one here.
Oh, they got them in Australia and they make moose burgers. Do you have moose there?
Not that I know of, but I'll find you one.
I suppose so. Yeah, of course. I was in a I went to a supermarket when I was there in Australia, and yeah, you can get frozen vegetables with kangaroo meat in it. Obviously, it's
Oh, as far as I know, we're the only country that can eat both of its national animals. So I can get sausage made from both of our national animals, or scraps for the dogs from both of our national animals. Funny as
which
fuck to
is
me.
kangaroos and what then?
Emu.
Emu. Oh,
So yeah, I put emu oil on my neck every night. I love it. I mean, you think about it. If you put eagle oil on your neck every night, that'd arrest you, right? you,
wow.
see you, Joe. Right? That would be just weird in America. But here, fuck it. The I this is me and you. I will find you a moose burger in Australia. Pit bull on pork chop. The panic happens
Yes.
when you say I'll be there Tuesday, and I get to go. Oh, and then and then the play begins. You're bringing smokes? Uh-huh. I'll find a moose burger, right? One way or the other.
Well, maybe I wouldn't push it for you to find a moose burger in Australia.
Yeah.
Certainly, I
I,
love seafood. I know you got. I've seen those fucking excuse my, I shouldn't be cursing on this recorded message, but I'll clean it up afterwards. But you guys got gigantic lobster tails out there.
Yeah,
Australian lobster tails at this place Scotty and I were looking at in Las Vegas is like $80 each.
yeah, nice,
They're, they're bigger than American footballs.
nice. And they used to be considered shit food given to convicts. Given the fact that I live in a convict nation,
Hmm.
sweet. And given the number one quality, value, uh, strength and weakness that we both share, conviction.
Mm. Yes, no doubt.
I'm gonna roll, Joe. I love you. I so
Love you
appreciate
too.
you asking me for this. I'll send you the recording and the transcript. Do what you do with it, and so will I. And I just want to thank you. I really treasured this dance with
Very cool. And so did I. I appreciate your help in this endeavor.
you. Support, not help.
Always.
Love you. See ya.
Love you too. Take care, 20.
You too, Joe.